Alright guys, here we are to react to the trailer for the movie Temple. From the original Tiny Thumb, I was like, what the hell is this? But now I see some wild-teethed child that might be a vampire or a monster. It's from the executive producers of The Ring, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I see The Ring, and then I see executive producers, and I'm like, is this a scary movie situation? Or it's like, from one of the four
Yeah,
people who helped bring you The Rings.
I don't know.
And it's the Ring trilogy?
I'm
What
more
does that even
interested than
mean?
I was when we started, though.
Yeah, I did not realize that it was horror. We've been on a bad streak of picking documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this will be a little more interesting. I don't recognize any of these actresses.
Let's check it out. That trailer didn't really give me enough of the things I would have wanted to make me want to watch a movie or not.
That trailer spoke to me.
What did it say?
It said, this is a movie.
It is indeed a movie.
No, I like this for some reason. I don't know. It seems like I do want to know in what way he is fucked up and what happens. I like the idea of like it being this flashbacky like interrogation with a guy in a bubble, and then he busts out of that bubble in the present day. But no, this is interesting. DJ guy, poor man's Jared Leto, shows up in I guess
Sure.
Japan.
Yeah,
You can't tell. Japan.
some sort of.
Somebody wants to visit temples. He's told flat out, you're making a poor choice. This is a bad temple. And he's like, I gotta go anyway, which is it's the American dream.
Yeah, I don't know. That temple looked far too modern to have some crazy history to it to me. Did that strike you as odd?
No, I'm not
It
into
looked-
nitpicking.
It looked like this thing was built relatively recently.
Yeah,
I don't know. And that might be all explained with the story because it might not
Yeah.
even be an old temple. It could be
right, right,
it could just be a story. These kids went there. They were never seen again. We stopped looking. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it could be like restored or just have a shrine in it that's old or whatever the fuck. Things don't last forever.
I don't know. This
I'm
it
okay.
just didn't grab me. I understand like this is aimed at a certain type of person, but even if you like
What type of person?
somebody who likes horrors but doesn't like being told what they're looking at.
Interesting. Oh, so you wanted to know? I don't know. This is like creepy kid. Like, is it that you don't know the direction? Like, are the kids aliens now? Are the kids ghosts? Are the kids demons? Like, would knowing
It might not
that
even like aside from the fact that we saw a
complete the
picture of
things?
what looks like a child's face, we don't
Yeah.
even know that it's children. They could have just
Well,
killed the children.
yeah. I mean, there's a scene where all these kids like turn their heads and stuff, and there's weird.
Yeah,
like,
but
things
kids turn
like
their head all the time. They're just turn the TV on behind kids.
Kids are like little bobbleheads. They just whip their heads around a swivel constantly. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if the kids are like a red herring, if like he kills the girl and something happens to him or whatever, and then they're talking to him or whatever.
And that's my issue, just the
Yeah.
not knowing. Like, you would never watch like a trailer to Godzilla and be like, I don't know what the bad guy is, or like, and not that all good trailers explain everything, but I feel like this did a line of explaining just enough to not make me really interested.
I understand that. It's a frequent complaint of yours. I don't
Yeah.
really share that feeling. I think because sometimes they explain something, but then the movie turns out to be something else.
And that's fine too, though.
Um,
That's like the bait and switch. This, I'm not even baited. I'm
You're not
just,
even baited.
No.
You're just nothing. I don't know. I'm okay with it. I feel like so. Is the problem that because is it that you're concerned that whatever it is must be bad because they're not showing it to us? Does that
No,
seem
not
like
even.
a thing?
I'm concerned that like in the trailer, a trailer designed to do just that to interest you into seeing a movie should either show you a character that you're like, oh, I want to see what's in that character, or a plot, or like like, oh, I like unicorns. I think there was a unicorn in that. I'm totally into this. Like anything, but this didn't catch me on any regard. Like most of the characters in the trailer don't even talk. The guy who does talk does not seem to like. I have no interest in him whatsoever.
Well, he's not your type. That's fine.
No, but it seems like a very bland movie. Like there's not any quips or drops or whatever, and the playing up a mysterious temple is not hammered in either. So I'm like, all right, you're just falling short for me.
Okay.
Had they toned up the music and played up the angle of like creepier things, like we found a temple. It says blah blah. Should we go? I don't know. Blah blah. It says people died there. Really?
And
Like,
there's stones. It looks like graves. Were those stones there when they came in? Are they like where'd these stones come from? I don't know.
nah. Blair Witched it.
That was going to be like my only complaint is that it seems to be combining a bunch of horror movies that I've already seen.
Exactly.
But because Because like, there's a creepy Asian kid in like The Grudge. No, is that The Ring? Is that the
that's
original?
The Grudge, and then
Wait,
there's
is it?
yeah, The Grudge
Oh.
is the cat kid,
Ah,
that kid.
Yeah.
and then The Ring is the girl coming out of the TV with the long black hair. It's all matted and walking all crazy. Like both those movies, as a matter of fact, if you
Yeah.
take either of them, had a far better trailer than this, and not just because
Wow.
they were much higher budget, because they're a creepier premise. Like weird, unhinged, gated walking. That's creepy, and you may be
That
like, "What the
drop
hell is that?" And you
frame
want to see
walking.
it. The cat kid just like appearing and like weird shit, or like the hand coming out of the hair, like weird shit that you're like, "Oh right, I know what I'm getting into. This is gonna be some shit." But this, I'm like, I don't know. Are they zombies? Is it ghosts? Are they demons? What is it?
Yeah, my concern. I mean, I'm not a huge horror dude, and my concern would be that there isn't much going on, and that's why they're not showing much.
A big
But,
problem with a lot of horror movies
yeah, like-
lately is that they just don't do anything to make you care about the characters, and you're like, kill them already, whatever.
Yeah, well, horror is a very formulaic like genre, and it just keeps getting worse, right? Or like,
But it used to be like I'd
there's a
watch
lot
a
of
movie,
movies.
and like I'd be like, oh, I like that character, hope that guy doesn't die, and that hasn't happened in a long time. I'm just like, kill him.
That hasn't happened to me
Kill
since House of Wax, which I think was like
Love
2004.
that movie.
I know, we like House of Wax. It's good times.
That's the remake of House of Wax for you people at home.
With Paris Hilton, you can
Yeah, and
you can
that,
find
that's
it
a
easily
huge
by
strike
searching
for most
Paris
people.
Hilton's.
They're like,
What?
Paris Hilton was in it, garbage. I'm like, well, she dies, in fairness.
Hey, spoilers.
But the rest of
spoilers for House of Wax 2007, 2004.
2004.
Is it really 2004?
I was in high school, I'm pretty sure.
I never know the year, but I knew.
But that
I knew
movie
that
had
year somehow.
relatable characters and people doing things. You're like, yes, you would do that. Like people
Yeah.
doing things properly.
No,
I wanted
like,
characters where you felt for them. You're like, oh man,
Yeah.
oh that was a horrible injury, and like different things like that were
No,
good.
like the main girl, and like I think it's her brother. I was like,
It is her brother, yeah.
I'm invested in this.
Chad Michael Murray and Elijah
Oh
Cuthbert.
my God!
Cuthbert, I think.
I was gonna say her name, and I'm like, I always say the wrong name. I always say Eliza Dushku or Elliot, Cuthbert, whatever.
Pretty sure it's Cuthbert.
No,
Or
that
Cuthbert.
that is the right name, but I can't pronounce that apparently at all. And I always get the name, like the actresses I know, but the names I get mixed up. This though, I see what they're doing. They're laying it out. It does kind of speak to me. I have to thumbs it up because I like would want to see this. I understand your complaints, and
If
I
it
assume you're
wasn't
gonna thumbs
Asia,
it
but
down.
in Poland, would you feel the same way?
Yes, probably more so, because it'd be like some old Polish dude
In that case, I give it 2 thumbs down.
with like pierogies and being like,
Oh, I'm starving now.
there's kids there. It's bad, and a bunch of like Polish kids. What if? How would you recognize Polish kids? Is there a traditional dress or garb from Poland? Oompa bands.
Yeah.
What's Polish? I don't know anything.
I have no idea.
Wiener Schnitzel. Oh.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. I don't think
it
it's
takes
anything.
all the kids screwing in the same light bulb. That's a joke. There's no joke like German kids, English kids, any other thing. There'd be jokes. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say like looks like it's filmed fine. The quality seems there. It's just the subject matter. And again, trailer 2 might come out and I might be like, oh, it's everything I wanted. But I'm judging solely on this trailer, and I do not want to see it. So thumbs down.
Split decision.
Until next time, guys. I'm Down at Fire. We'll see you then.